The average e-commerce owner spends 28% of their working time reading and answering emails, receiving on average 120 emails a day. Orders, refunds, customer complaints, supplier requests. Your inbox never stops filling. But what if I told you that the AI system we're going to build today could actually handle all of this for you automatically? My name is Rolando and I run Ability, where my team and I help business integrate their latest AI solution. In this video, I'll walk you through the step-by-step process on how to create this AI automated system that is going to sort and prioritize emails, ensuring you never miss anything, respond to customers, saving hours on customer support, manage inventory communication so you never run out of stock. But it doesn't end here, because this system is going to also manage your orders and create accurate marketing performance reports summarizing key advertisement metrics. Using make.com, Sheets and Airtable, we're going to build all of this together, so let's get into it. Now, before actually jumping into how to build the system, I'm going to give you a quick demo of how everything works. So here I wrote a pretty realistic customer inquiry email, in which this customer asks about the order status and the possibility of the change of color of his specific order. Now I've sent this to my inbox and I'm going to hit run once and show you how everything works. So firstly, this system is going to categorize the email into customer inquiries. Then it's going to parse a JSON, so all the data is a lot more usable. Then it's going to extract the order number, get the data about that specific order, write the email, the subject, and then create the draft into the draft inbox in Gmail. So now I'm going to wait till this is updated. So it has just popped out. As you can see, update on your order 1003 in transit and next steps. Now, as you can see, it is really well structured. It refers as the specific order. It refers as the type of shipping the customers have chose, and it refers also to the address of where the order is going to be shipped at. And here I've set this system so that any variable this system is not able to fill in is going to put it into brackets. So here you can insert your tracking link. You can easily find into the Shopify dashboard. Searching for the order number, you can copy and paste the tracking link. I could not automate also this step because I do not have an actual e-commerce store, but with the access of one, I could easily scrape out the tracking link and put it in right here. And then it also refers to the change of the color, and it tells that unfortunately modifications are only possible before the order is processed, and this specific order has been processed and shipped. Then it greets, tells if any further questions are needed, feel free to reach out and we are happy to help. And this is how this system works from the customer inquiries. Now, if you are a business owner looking to implement this kind of AI systems and automations inside your business, or you have some ideas about some builds we can structure for you, or you simply want to streamline processes, boost efficiency and boost profits for your business right now, just book a call with the link in the description and we can have a quick chat. Now, as I told you, this system does not only respond to email, but it also manages the orders. So whenever an email of the order confirmation is being sent to your inbox, this other automation here extracts the variables of the emails, parse into JSON, then it searches for the customers in Stripe, then it searches for the invoice, and then it verifies if the invoice is paid or not, updating then this table right here with all the data that is being then used right here. So for example, if the inquiry is about a payment issue, it can check if the order has been paid or not and inform the customer of their specific situation. So now, before actually building this structured system right here that is going to actually respond to each possible email, you're gonna want to create a different scenario that is going to manage all of your orders, and then you want to create a table into Airtable where all the data about your orders is going to be stored. So I've created this with these 5 specific fields: so order number, order value, shipping type, shipping address, and payment status. Now, this automation right here is pretty simple. The first module of this automation the trigger, so the most important one is watch emails. So it's going to watch all emails of the inbox every 5 minutes and is going to output one single result. Then the second module of this automation is going to be a ChatGPT one that is going to extract the variables of the previous email and parse them into JSON. Now, every single prompt used in this video is going to be linked down in the description. So I'm going to show you real quickly how this is structured. So there's the task, the format, the context, and how the JSON should be structured with a given example. Then the text content of the email is being fed, and I added a couple of notes so the output is exactly how I want it. Now, the next step is a parse JSON that is going to just need the result of the previous step. Then the next step is going to be a Stripe one to search customers. So you're going to add Stripe. If you haven't create a connection, you will need to create one by adding the connection right here and choosing auth and logging into your account. Now, the criteria for the search is going to be the email. So you're going to paste in the email of the sender. So this one right here, no filters, and the limit you can leave it at as 100. Then you're going to want to add another Stripe module, and this one is going to be search for invoices. Now, this module actually wants the customer ID, so you want to go ahead and put this customer ID of the previous module in here, and then again leave the limit as 100 and everything else as default. Now you want to go ahead and hit save and add another module. Now this time you want to add a router, which is one that splits the scenario into multiple routes, so that is going to run multiple actions. Now here there are two possible actions this automation can run. So the first one is being filtered by the status of the invoice. So if the invoice amount, so the paid amount, is greater than 0, then the table is going to be updated with the payment status as paid, and also with all the variable we have extracted with ChatGPT and then parsed into JSON. So the order number, order value, shipping type, and shipping address. And then the same thing goes for the other case, so the case in which the amount paid is less than 1. So if the amount paid is less than 1, it means the order has not been paid, and so again it's going to update this base right here with all of the data of the order, but the payment status is going to be updated as to pay, so it has not been paid. Now, of course, for this automation to make sense, you want to go ahead and create this table in Airtable. So now we can go straight ahead and start building this system out. So I'm going to break down each and every single module used in this automation, not by rebuilding this whole system because it would make this video an hour long. So we don't want to do that, but I'm going to explain to you in details every single module of this automation, so any information you might need on how to build the system, you will have it on this video. So now the first module of this automation is this watch emails trigger that watches only unread emails from the inbox, and it returns a maximum number of 1 email per time, and it does so every 5 minutes. You can set it as low as 1 if you have the paid plan, and as low as 5 or 10, I believe, if you have the free one. But I will set it as 1, so the lowest you can set it with the paid plan. I'll hit save. And then the next module is one that categorizes the priority of the email. So you want to go ahead and hit double tap to add a new module. Choose OpenAI, choose create a completion, and you will find the prompt for this module in the description. But basically it is structured with a system prompt that basically analyzes the text content of the previous module, so of the email that this module got, and it basically determines what type of priority this email has based on specific instructions. Then there's a router that divides the system into 2 routes, one for high priority and one for medium priority. I didn't add the low priority because it just wouldn't be making sense to add a low priority if the email itself is not a priority. So the first route, you want to add a filter and you want to filter, I call it high priority, and you want to filter the result of the previous module that needs to be equal to high priority. Do not add any spaces here, otherwise it will not run, neither after or before the high priority text. You'll hit save and then create another ChatGPT module, this time that categorizes the type of high priority. So it could be client inquiries or supplier and inventory updates. You want to add a router that splits again the automation into two routes, one that is filtered with customer inquiries and order issues, and one that is filtered by supplier and inventory updates. Now hit save. Then we're gonna go firstly to the customer inquiries route. Then this one basically firstly analyzes the problem that is being explained in the text content of the email. So what is this customer facing? What is the question this customer has? And again, you'll find the prompt for every module linked in the description. Again, this gives a context, gives a task and a role to this module to output at best the problem stated in the text content of the email. Then the next module is again a ChatGPT one that basically structures the just outputted problem into JSON format, so that is splitted into different basically variables. And so I have structured so that it outputs the main issue, the main stated issue in the email, the response tone needed in the response email, the content length, the problem solving process, and additional considerations. Again, I want to feed in the previous module, the output of the previous module, because the JSON of course is based on the result of the previous module. So I'm going to hit save. Then the next module is a parse a JSON. So you want to go ahead and search for JSON and parse JSON. You will need just to feed in the result of the previous module. Hit save. Next module, again, another ChatGPT one. This time extracts the order number. So if in this module right here, so if in the watch emails the text content does not contain the order number, this router will filter in this route right here, and if it is contained, it will go up to this one right here. So the next module you want to go ahead and add is the router with two routes, and for each route you want to go ahead and set up a filter. For the first one, I've choose to name it order number equals to X because it equals to something. And for the condition, you want to go ahead and put the result of the previous module and not equal. So it needs to be different than 0, and hit save. And so if the order number exists, it will run this route right here. And of course in the other filter, I name it order number is empty. So if the previous result equals to 0, this will filter out. And of course I've set up this module right here so that it either outputs the order number or it outputs just 0. So if the order number is not in the email, it will write an email asking basically the customer for the order number for a correct response, because either way, if you have it automated or you do it yourself, you need the order number in order to be able to give the customers his specific informations. So for the second route, you want to go ahead and add an Airtable, a search for records action. And you want to go ahead and add your connection. If you didn't do it, you want to click add and choose auth and log in with your account. Then you want to go ahead and choose the base, the table, and for output fields, you want to go ahead and select all of them because you want to output every single field of the orders. So order number, order value, shipping type, and shipping address and payment status. And for the next module, you want to go ahead and add another ChatGPT one, and you want to filter this connection with the order number, because if you run this module right here, so the search records, it will search every record that there is in the Airtable base. So it will output every single record. So you want to filter out only the bundle that has the order number that has been extracted, and so that is contained in the text content of the email. So you want to go ahead and for the condition, you want to choose order number of the search records, and you want to put it equal to the extracted order number. So I'm going to hit save. And then for the next module, we're going to write an email in response with both the previously analyzed problem and main issue and tone and content length and everything, with a structured system prompt again that you're going to find linked in the description, and also with the variables just extracted from Airtable. So you're gonna go ahead and fill all the variables in any case. If the customer needs the tracking link, it will need the order number. If he needs to check something about the payment, he will need the order value, the order status. If it's something with the shipping, he will need the shipping type, maybe the shipping address, and that is it. So I'm gonna hit save. And then the next module is, again, lastly for this route, a ChatGPT one that this time writes a dynamic subject, because I could have this module writing both the subject and the email body, but I chose to just create one for the body and one for the subject, because of the fact that the subject could variate, because as the email body, also the subject is a variable depending on the case of inquiry the customer has sent. And then you want to go ahead and lastly create the draft. So I'm going to create the draft because I want to have a kind of insurance that all the messages and emails that this automation creates are perfectly structured and perfectly wrote before actually sending them out. So for the email address, you want to go ahead and scroll all the way down and choose the email address of the sender. Then for the subject, you want to go ahead and choose the one of the previous module, and for the content, you want to go ahead and choose the one from the right email module. So then you're gonna hit save. And one thing I really recommend you to do is to rename each module with the action it basically does, because you need to have some clarity about what road does what. And so just writing a simple 2-3 words action really helps getting everything managed well. And then now we want to move to the second route of this high priority category, where the first module is going to be once again a ChatGPT one, which connection is being filtered by this condition. So you want to put the result of the previous module equal to a supplier and inventory updates. Again, I've named it as supplier inventory updates. Can hit save. And so of course I've set up this previous module right here so that it either outputs customer inquiries or supply inventory updates. So now the first module of this route is one that has basically the same function as the one of the previous route, so that to determine what type of updates is being shared in the text content of the email. So I've structured this one so that it extracts the data we need directly into JSON format. So this is a pretty detailed system prompt that you again are going to find linked in the description. That once again the JSON is parsed. Again, I want to search for JSON and parse JSON and feed in the result of the previous module. Then next module, one more time, ChatGPT one, that writes the email based on the variables created with these two modules. So firstly created and then parsed into JSON. Then it writes the subject. Then it creates a really short 5 bullet points strategy that basically highlights what actions are best to take, and it is determined basically on what type of update is highlighted in the email. So if for example the units of a specific products are very low in the inventory, then it will basically say firstly order new products, then secondly maybe stop selling that product, maybe then lower ads spend on that specific product campaign, maybe then open pre-order status on your website or something like that. And then it will give you fifth step. Then you want to send an email, this time directly to you, or if you sell this type of service, directly to the client. And then for the subject line, you want to choose the one created. For the content of the email, for content type, you want to choose plain text, because in default settings it is going to choose HTML, but you want to choose plain text, otherwise the old formatting of the email will be just straight gone. And so I've structured this with firstly the content of the email, so this one right here, then new line, then tailored strategic steps to take, then again new line, and the short strategy, if we can call it that the previous module had created. So I hit save, and then now we can jump straight into the second route of this whole automation, which is going to be the medium priority. And so again, with this route, you want to filter it with medium priority. So again, make sure to not leave any spaces before and after the compare the text. So you want to put the condition as to the previous module equals to medium priority. So you want to hit save, and then one more time the first module of this row, so as many more later, is a ChatGPT one that analyzes the content type. So it then parses it, and so that we are able to filter either seller report or vendor communication. So firstly, this module right here extracts the data we actually need from that text content of the email, again structures it in JSON, parse it, and then the third module you want to add a router, add two routes, and first one filtered by sales report. So the category of the JSON is equal to marketing and sales. Hit save, and then again, first module is going to be a ChatGPT one that this time formats the data contained in the text content of the email, that if this row here is run, is going to be of course a sales report. I've structured this module so that it outputs the data into JSON, and it outputs it into the structure that I'm going to show you in a second. So with firstly a collection with the total report of the whole period, so the total performance, the total ad spend, the total revenue, total ROAS, and then it's going to extract the same variables basically, of course also with the CTR and the top ad for the top performing campaign and the worst performing campaign. Now for the worst performing campaign, I've also added the issue, so it identifies the problem of that specific campaign and a suggestion, so what is recommended to fix. Then it extracts the key insights, so best sales day, top demographic, and top region, and you know how valuable this kind of data is. And then it creates 3 recommended actions. Then there's 2 examples to make the output as precise as possible, so I'll hit save. Now the next module is going to be, again, one last time, a parse JSON, so it's going to be feeding off the results of the previous module. Then the next one is going to be writing the email subject for the email that basically updates the business owner on the sales report. And then this row here is going to add a row into Google Sheets. So you want to add Google Sheets, and you want to connect to your Google Sheets account. Here you want to click add, and you want to sign in with your account. Now for a search method, you want to search by path. For drive, your drive. For spreadsheet ID, you're going to choose the spreadsheet you've created for this specific use case. Then for sheet, it is most likely that you want to choose sheet 1. And then you're going to fill in all the variables as they are here. So for report period, you're going to fill in the variable for report period. For total performance, you're going to fill in the ad spend, the revenue, and the ROAS of the total performance. You want to add the same variables for the top performing campaign and the worst performing campaign. And then for the recommended actions, the whole array of the recommended actions, so with the 3 different ones. Now you can pause the video here so you can see exactly what type of variables to put in where. I hit save, and then the email is being sent to either your email address if you're building this automation for yourself, or for the client you're selling this automation to if you're selling this kind of service. So again, for content type plain text, for the content of the email, the result of the write email module. Now for the subject, I've chose sales report and improvements with the report period, so the time period of the sales report. And now I'm gonna hit run once so I can show you in practice how everything works. So again, also for this sales report email, I've created a highly realistic sales report email that now I've sent to my email inbox, and I'm gonna hit run once so you can see how this section of the system works. So it's going to take the data about the email, it's going to categorize it, it's going to analyze the content, parse it, then it's going to format the data. I should rename this format data, not format JSON. Then turns into JSON, then writes email content and updates Google Sheet. And as you can see, it gives me the time period, the total performance, the top campaign, so in this case going to be the holiday gift guide 2023, ad spend, revenue, ROAS, CTR, and top ad. Same thing for the worst performing campaign and the action to take. Now it doesn't show here, but this module right here doesn't only analyze the first campaign, but it analyzes all the campaigns and retrieves the top and worst performing ones. Now we can hop on my inbox and see an email. For here it is. So sales update, key insights, next step, and it basically gives me an overview of what are the most important key insights. So our data shows that Sunday continues to be our best-selling day. Our top demographic is woman aged from 25 to 34, with the northeastern US being the stronger region for sale. To improve performance, we recommend the following action and gives 3 main actions to take to, as it just said, improve performance. And then it grids with best your sales report agent. And so this is what this row here does. Now if you go down to the very last row of this system, this is one that filters by vendor communications. So if the category of the content of the email is vendor communication, this row here is going to be filtered. And so now what these 3 modules are doing is they are firstly analyzing the problem, same thing basically for this module and this module. So again, to visualize it, it basically extracts the most important key concept and variables that are needed to write an email in response. And it basically then writes the email, the subject, and it sends the email again either to you if you're building this for yourself, or to the business owner you are building this for if you are selling this kind of system. And this last route basically updates the business owner, again if you're selling this, or yourself, on basically any update that there is with the vendor. If the vendor has problems with shippings in the next 7 days, it will extract that variable, send it to you with an email to get you updated. If maybe prices for a specific product or a specific shipment are lower or higher, it will do the same thing. And this is basically how this whole automation works. Again, this is an extremely valuable automation that if you're going to implement in your business, is going to completely revolutionize the way you view reading, responding, prioritizing your emails. And we are basically done for this video, so I hope you watched it to this far. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any suggestions, please leave it in the comment, like and subscribe if you've liked the video, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.